Good morning, family and friends. Welcome back to another daily scuttlebutt with Ivy's Family Factotum. So, yes, today I'm in a truck again, but I'm not sitting still. I'm on the move. I'm out driving around. Well, not just driving around. I actually came up to our local hardware store to get some stuff, but it's a little more than just a hardware store. There's a little bit of everything. Of course, I spend a little too much time in there because I always go and look at the pew-pews and all the fishing stuff and tools and things of that nature. So, kind of stuff that, I always put on a wish list of things I would like to buy in the future. But the most important things are things that we need right meow. And things we need right meow is flea and tick prevention, granules, and fire ant protection. Plus, I also got a trap that I'm gonna try to put in a tent for the dirt daubers and the red wasps. That way, any of those insects that are getting into the tent will go to the trap, hopefully, instead of building nests and doing all the stuff inside of our stuff. So I am working on that. I also got just a few other odds and ends, more trash bags that we needed. That's the biggest reason why I went, is need more trash bags. And then while I'm there, I'm like, well, I also need this, and then, oh, well, I also need that, and then, oh, well, I also need this to go with that. And then, $100 later. But it's all stuff that we do need, because I do try to budget as much as we can, that way I'm not, leaving ourselves short for the month. And now I'm heading back towards the property, which I'm probably going to make a detour, because I do like to sit, because obviously at the house, internet horrible, plus the little one's doing her schoolwork, so we try I try to let Gladys have 100% of the internet, that way they can do the schoolwork that they need to get done. And then at the property, the signal is okay. With the booster, I think it would be a lot better. At least at the property, there is a signal without the booster. Because where the house is that we're staying at now, there's zero signal unless we have the booster. So we're already, a step above, with where the RV is going to be at the property. So it does take a little bit longer, though, to be able to upload. We're still utilizing, hotspot from our phones, or we have the little MeFi, it's the little portable Wi-Fi through Verizon. And then, so until we can get, the needed things going to the property, the electric type stuff and the cable and all those things, because I'm pretty sure that the section that we are at on our road, that the gas line and the water line does not go that far, because we don't see any of the markers. We have not been told that any of that stuff goes to our property. Even, paperwork whenever we bought it, yada yada. But water, we're not too worried about, like city water, not too worried about that. But having natural gas would be nice, or having a cable would be nice, in the event that we wanted to do better internet and whatnot. But this is where my little stop is. So I'm gonna come in here, park, gates open, that's cool. So this is actually a little rest area, but there's also a little places that you can picnic. There's a little fishing pond. So I just wanted to come down here quick. Plus it has decent signal. There we go. So I'll probably get you guys turned around. Look at this. Check it out. Cool, huh? So it sits up on a little hill, and you got a nice little fishing pond. And it's actually the first time I've stopped in here. There's a lot more little picnic areas and things that I even knew there was here. This looks like there's like a little walking trail path that goes next to all the tables. Kind of nice. Guess might have to. We need to get our fishing license, but with that, so for here in Arkansas, right? They do have for military, right? For the military portion, that you can get a lifetime license as a retired military member for a very discounted price. But before you can do that, you have to have lived in the state for 1 year. So we are that's what we're kind of holding off on, right? Is once we get to that 1 year mark, we're going to get our lifetime license, and then not have to worry about it no more. That goes for hunting and for fishing. It does not include though some of like the specialty tags, like waterfowl, trout, those things that you still have to purchase those individual stamps yearly. Now, if I was a 100% disabled veteran, then you can get all of those things for even a very cheaper price. It's like $3, I want to say, and it covers everything. But I am not currently at 100%. Gladys should be at 100%, but she's not. I keep telling her to work with the individuals that we see online all the time to try to get her to 100%. Because there's no reason why she should not be. Because they've lumped together a lot of her conditions all into one thing, and they're not. They're separate. They're all separate entities, but yet they lumped them all together. So what's going on? Today is Thursday, right? Yep, Thursday. So we not a whole lot going on. So yesterday it really put a damper in a lot of the things that we're attempting to get done on the property, because we had real severe weather that went through in the morning. Just soaked everything down, got everything super wet in the area, because we want to start cleaning up the trash around where the house was. When we brought down the house and all that, got it all piled in. My buddy using his tractor and stuff, got it all piled in nicely. But now we have to clean it. We have to start picking it up. We have to start hauling it off. All those things. Well, that area around that slab and all that stuff, once it rains, it's just a muddy mess, and it just holds on to the moisture. So, like, on average for the last 2 months now, we've had rain at least once a week for the last 2 months. It is making up for last year's drought, let me tell you. So everything has just been a swamp, just trying to get around, trying to do work just in that area, right? That's why we've been kind of going to other areas that's not necessarily a swamp. But those projects are, coming to an end. Those things that we've been doing off in the sides, are all basically done. So now we have to get into, cleaning up, and we're going to have to be walking through the mud. We're going to have to put on some muck boots and just go after it, because the ground's going to take a while to dry out. But that whole area where we plan on putting our house is definitely going to need some type of dirt work done, because being able to build over there, yes, I understand that there was a house there, there's a slab there, but they kind of cheated the system. So, and I can kind of show you what I mean by that whenever I go over there later. Plus, I don't know, because the land has sat vacant for so long that, I don't know what it was like 7 years ago, 10 years ago. It could have been completely cleared. It could have been completely, obviously it's going to be a lot different, because whenever you go through and you're looking at, saplings that are only this big, but they're everywhere, that's all the stuff that's grown just in the time that the land sat empty, right? So you look around, and that's what the majority of the property is in the front, right? And around like the house area. So to me, that means that, hey, a lot of this was cleared. It was being kept cleared. And this stuff has only grown in this short amount of time, and now it's everywhere. So that's what we're having to deal with, right? Is getting that stuff cleared back out. And obviously, once we get, a tractor, it's going to be much, much easier to be able to go in and clear a lot of those smaller saplings and stuff. But for the dirt work, it is going to require, because I can see, especially like in the shop, like where they were trying to prevent, or he was trying to prevent water from going in there, because he added like little things of concrete, trying to make like little mounds to stop water from going in there. And it didn't help. It didn't work, right? So obviously I can tell that, in the past there was the same issues that was going on. So for us to want to build there, we want to do a little more of a tier system. So if you've looked over, onto Simple Life Reclaim, they have a tier system going on. Obviously, theirs is a lot more exaggerated than what ours would be, because their tiers drop down feet, like 4 or 5 feet. It's going from 1, 2, 3, going down. Well, we want to do the same type of like a tier system, but our land just gradually falls. So going from one tier to the next, it's only going to be like a foot. So it's just a very small, gradual, but we need that land to be also reinforced a little bit. So there's a lot of rock. Okay. There's a lot of, we're not necessarily worried about being able to build and having like the house settle or anything, because there's a lot of rock in the area. But I can tell that the dirt that is there is, when it gets wet, it is mud. Okay, it needs to be reinforced and actually have a not like a concrete slab or anything, but I need a house pad. So there's a whole process that goes into that, of actually making a house pad, making a pad stable enough to build a house on. It's a whole process that you're going through for that. And since we're going to be doing the style of house that we want going through, I need to have that stabilization done. Okay. Now, that's for right now, because we actually were talking about doing just a concrete slab in a majority of the house. Now, there's other sections that I would not mind it being more of like a crawl space, to where it would actually be dug down some and the crawl space going through. And that's mainly where like water and stuff would be. The water, the plumbing, just where it's, to me, we had the issues in Virginia with water and with plumbing, and the concrete slab had to be cut and repaired and all those things. And I do not want to have to deal with that. So for the major areas that would require, water, and for our home build, basically everything, with the exception of one bathroom, two bathrooms. Yeah, girls' bathroom and the master suite bathroom is all along the back wall of the house. Like all of it. The kitchen is along the back wall of the house. The mudroom is along the back wall of the house. All that, everything. And I could probably even move stuff around, even with like the girls' restroom, and it'd be like the guest bath, because we actually changed up the home, because we had it incorporated to where the parents and everything had their own space attached to the house, and it's not going to be like that no more. They are having their own homes now, which we had started off like that, and then went back to combining everything together, and then now we've separated it back out again, and now they have their own. They're going to have their own little cabins. So, yeah. Definitely going to need some dirt work. So that's something that we're going to have to look into once all this trash is done, just to start getting some price tags of what some of this is going to cost us. Start throwing some money aside. And, yeah, I know that the channels are growing. This channel's growing a lot slower than I thought it would. Especially, we're almost at 100 videos. This one to date, what, marks 97, 98, or something like that. And we're still sitting right at that 50 subscribers. So if you're watching this and you've made it this far, click that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Should be over here in the corner. We definitely appreciate you guys, because this daily vlog to where we're coming in, we're talking about what's going on with the main channel. You're able to get some insights beforehand of what's actually going on. I do like to spill the beans, probably a little more than I should, but anyway, we definitely appreciate y'all. I need to get back to the house, get some more stuff before I head to the property. But yeah, just another one of them days. Another day closer. That's what I always say. It's another day closer. So definitely appreciate y'all. Remember, always thank a veteran at every chance you get. Not only on Veterans Day, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, y'all. Later.